Hi, welcome to Tuesdays with Grace. I'm Rachel with Tech. I'm going to go over different issues, technical issues that you may experience, and how to address those. The problem that we're going to go over today is unable to connect. When you are unable to connect, when you open your software, it will say something like this. We are unable to connect to the automated quilting system. Now, what do we do when we see this? Let's go over the basics and go to the more complex items. I would encourage you to go over the basics. It may seem redundant, it may seem repetitive, but we want to make sure we cover all the bases. The first thing we want to make sure is that you are getting power to your machine. Back here is the power strip. Make sure that it's plugged into an outlet. Sometimes one outlet might not work, so you can move this to another outlet and see if it works. But next thing you have to do is turn this on, and you can know that it's working when it makes a sound like that. If the light for the sewing machine isn't on, make sure that's switched, and then it will turn on. The next thing we have to do to make sure that your machine is connected is know what kind of machine you have. Our newer machines look like this, but our older machines have a certain kind of connection where it connects from the tablet to the top. And then when it connects to the tablet to the top, there's a cable that runs inside all to the back and then connects from the back to here. Sometimes cables go bad. And if you are experiencing an unable to connect issue with an older machine like a 15R or 21R, you may be connected that way. Let's change that. You have two different types of cables here. This cable is a USB-C cable. It kind of looks like the new kind of phone cables these days, for Androids at least, or the newer iPhones. You see it looks like that. It's small and it's oval. And the other side of it is a printer cable, a USB-B. That's one cable you may have. Or you have a USB-A, which is your normal USB, and then your USB. The reason why these two are different depends on your tablet. If you have a USB-A cable, but you have a USB-C port here, you'll probably get an adapter to put your software onto the tablet in the first place. And some people may have an adapter that their USB-A is plugged into so it can plug into a USB outlet. I would take this adapter out and just get the right kind of cord for your machine. And let's connect this first of all, right here. It is a USB-A, but there is also a USB-C option. You can do both if you want, depending on your tablet, of course. This cable is 7 feet long, by the way. It needs to be long so it can reach around the machine. Once it goes around the machine, we're gonna go down here to where the motor plate is. This is your motor plate. This is what makes your machine move. So take your printer side of the cable, put it in this port back here, the one closest to the back. When you put it in, make sure that it clicks. That's a good sign. So if it doesn't click, it's not in. Make sure you feel and hear that click. Now when you go to the front and you just try to see if it's connected, and I would encourage you to check if it's connected repeatedly just to be sure. That is a sign that it's connected. After doing all of what I just did, sometimes it's still not connected. This is where it can get more complex. So I'm just going to exit out of this. Sometimes your cable might be bad. If this cable is bad, try to get another USB-B to whatever kind of USB cable you have, C or A. You can try putting in a different cable to see if the cable's gone bad. If the next cable works and you get the message that your sewing machine needs to be in the middle, then yes, it was a bad cable. So say that you replaced a cable and it's still not doing it. What do we do? Let's try to see if it's posting or not. If you call tech support and they want to remote into your device, this is what they will do. What you can do is hold down this Windows icon. If you have a Windows 10 or below, the icon will be right over here. With Windows 11, it's in the middle. Hold it down for 3 seconds. This is like a right click for a tablet. You'll see a bunch of these things show up. You want to click on Device Manager. Now, you'll see a lot of different things, and a lot of them, well, you only are looking for one. Ignore the rest. Scroll down. You will look for Universal Serial Bus Controllers. Open that. Click on that, and it will open these things. What you're looking for is the USB serial converter. If it is there, it's posting. If it is not there, it's not posting. Posting means that there is a connection between that black board, your motor plate, and your tablet. If there is a connection, then you just need to reload your drivers. And you can easily reload your drivers when it opens and it says, I'm unable to connect, and then it'll ask you to reload your drivers. If you can't find it, call tech support and we'll help you. And we will reload your drivers to make sure that everything's working. If it is not posting, if you don't see USB serial converter, there's still something wrong with the connection of this cable to that plate down there. Let's do a few more things to see how we can fix that. Let's take out both these cables, and we're going to do something called reseating the boards. Put your hand right underneath the ports until you feel something that's not smooth. Once you feel that, put your fingers right there, push up, and pull. Put it to the side, because you'll put it back. Now, don't be afraid to do this. Some people find this really scary. Take your finger and hook it around the port, which is right here. Pull it out. Then pull out the other port. Sometimes, maybe during shipping, if this is the first time you've done this, these boards may have gotten loose, and that's why you're experiencing this issue. One thing we do suggest is right here, push this up. These are the rails that the board is on. And just be sure, push it up in the middle and the sides, like that. Get really in there. Once you're done, take the boards and slide them back on. So that's nice, but you have to make sure that they're pushed all the way till they can't move anymore, like this. I don't feel like it's on, because if it's on, it's coming off way too easy. And then you push this on. This is not coming off, but this is now on. Push it back all the way. These won't be pushed back anymore, and they have a little bit resistance coming out. Now take the cover. There's a little lip right here, so you have to do it out and then in. Find where the opening is, right here, and then slide it on, and it will click. After you put that back in, make sure you connect the cables again. That clicked. That clicked. If you're doing all of these things and it's still not connecting, call technical support and we will help you. Tell them what you did, and we will go from there and make sure that you have everything you need to be connected and happy and sewing. Thank you for joining Tuesdays with Grace. Join us next week for another Tech Takeover.